planets in space you won't believe exist. Before we dive right into this video, let's take a quick look at one of our viewers' comments. Spooky Knuckles had this to say. Nice. Thanks for commenting. Now, back to our video. Number 12, HD 189733b. This artist's impression of this planet might make it seem like a peaceful oasis with plenty of ocean and blue skies, but don't let that fool you. HD 189733b is actually classified as a gas giant that orbits a star. This makes it an unideal place to want to live, as there are no oceans on it. Never was and never will be, and that's because the planet's temperature is measured at being 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, and the nice blue sky pattern? Yeah, that's caused by the production of molten glass rain that falls from the sky. The planet was first discovered back in 2005 and is approximately 63 light years away from our solar system. Number 11, cosmic microwave background. Abbreviated as CMB, cosmic microwave background is said to be the thermal radiation residue left behind by the Big Bang Theory itself, and serves as the best piece of proof for the theoretical event. It also happens to be the oldest light in all of the universe. Pretty cool, huh? These microwaves were first discovered sometime in the 1960s as just radio noise that came from everywhere in space. The best part is that the cosmic microwave background was discovered completely by accident. It was recent that the Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe measured the CMB's temperature at being exactly negative 270 degrees Celsius or negative 455 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 10, El Gordo Galaxy Cluster. This grouping of galaxies is the Julia Louis-Dreyfus of winning awards, as it's recognized as the loneliest, darkest, hottest, deadliest, oldest, coldest, and etc. in all of the galaxy. El Gordo is Spanish for the fat one, which seems appropriate as this galaxy cluster holds 3 quadrillion more mass than our own sun. The galaxy cluster is located at 9.7 billion light years away from where we're currently situated at. It was discovered by NASA's very own Chandra X-ray Observatory Atacama Cosmology Telescope back in 2011. Number 9, a planet made entirely out of diamonds. 55 Canceri E, also dubbed as Janssen, is an exoplanet that revolves around its own star, 55 Canceri A, and it is classified as being the first super-Earth found that revolves around a main sequence star. It's believed that the planet initially takes around 2.8 days to make a full orbit around its star, and the side that faces it reaches a temperature of up to 1,700 degrees Celsius or 3,100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to melt metal. The planet was discovered back on August 30th, 2004. However, a year later, its existence was challenged, but ultimately it was proven to exist. Number 8, the largest water reservoir. When we say this is the largest water reservoir, we mean it. Just to kind of give you some perspective, it's said that the giant mass of water vapor measures 140 trillion times the scale of all the water on Earth combined. That's a lot of water. Unfortunately, we'll never reach it in our lifetime, considering the fact that it's located a staggering 12 billion light years away from where we live. In the following image, you can see what's known as a quasar that is being powered by a black hole, and the surrounding environment creates the necessary condition to create all that water. Number 7, the pillars of creation. Located in the Eagle Nebula at around 6,500 to 7,000 light years from Earth, these pillars of interstellar gas were originally photographed back in April of 1995, but the following image that you see is a recreation photo that was taken in 2014. It was given its name because when the photo was taken, the pillars were in the middle of creating new stars. Space really is magnificent. Number 6. Jupiter's high-resolution images. It was back in August of this year that NASA's Juno spacecraft reached the largest planet in our solar system and sent back high-resolution images of the planet's surface during its flyby. The photos revealed some of the clearest pictures ever taken of the planet, but they also showed some strange findings. Scientists were able to see strange weather activity and evidence of even stranger storm conditions taking place. When viewed in infrared light, Jupiter's northern pole is actually bluer than any other part of the planet. This may suggest that the planet's clouds are at a higher altitude than what was once believed. Number 5, an ionized protoplanetary disk. Otherwise known as a proplyd, an ionized protoplanetary disk is an extremely illuminated photo-evaporating disk that forms around a very young star. When the star's molecular cloud gets to a certain size, density, or mass, the cloud then begins to collapse under the weight of its own gravity. The entire process can take up to 100,000 years. What you see in the following photo is the Orion Nebula that is located in our galaxy, the Milky Way, and it was recent that the Hubble Space Telescope captured this image that shows proplyds and planetary disks forming inside of it. Number 4. The Boomerang Nebula. From Earth to the Boomerang Nebula, you'd have to travel just about 5,000 light years, which might not seem like a lot, but it is when you consider that 1 light year equals, roughly 6 trillion miles. So yeah, that's a lot. If that wasn't enough to deter you, then you should know that this is also the coldest place in the entirety of the universe. The Mercury located inside the cloud of gas reaches a temperature of up to -458 degrees Fahrenheit, and while the cloud expands at a speed of 367,000 miles per hour, the nebula gets cooled. It's the same type of principle with how the tetrafluoroethane chills a fridge. Number 3. The pulsar J1311-3430. For those of you that don't know, a pulsar is just a highly magnetized neutron star that produces a powerful beam of electromagnetic radiation. The one that you see depicted in the following image is known as the pulsar J1311-3430, or more commonly by its nickname, the Black Widow pulsar, and for good reason. Why do you ask? Well, it's called that because of what it's doing to its neighboring star. The pulsar's beam initially peels away layer after layer from the star as they each dance. Every 93 minutes, the two stars pirouette around one another, and the pulsar eats each layer, which makes it spin faster while giving it more energy. One day, the star will disappear, and the pulsar will dance as a solo performer. Number 2. Galactic cannibalism. What's scarier than a person eating another person? How about an entire galaxy going all Jeffrey Dahmer on one of its own kind? Yep, it's true. Galaxies are able to consume one another through the means of tidal gravitational interactions that most of the time result in a much bigger and irregular galaxy, but the occasional elliptical galaxy can still be produced as a result. Do you know what's even scarier than what was just explained? How about the fact that in about 3 billion years, our neighboring galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy, is going to end up gobbling up our very own Milky Way? Don't worry, that's a long time from now, and we'll all be long gone. Before we reveal number 1, let us know in the comments below something new that you learned, and don't forget to subscribe. And now, number 1, the face on Mars. Located in Cydonia, which is in the northern hemisphere of the planet Mars, the face on Mars was captured by the Viking 1 orbiter back in July of 1976. It wasn't until more than 20 years later that there would be several spacecraft visits to the planet that would help resolve the whole face debate. Images from the Mars Global Surveyor, the European Space Agency's Mars Express probe, and the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter contained higher resolutions and showed that the face on Mars was nothing more than an optical illusion that's displayed depending on the viewing angle and the angle of light.